Right guys, so we've got the Limitless RDTA, which I picked up at Vapor Expo about a month ago. So I'm just going through all my bits and pieces that I've picked up and going through them and checking them out and what have you. I've been using this for a good 2 weeks or so, something like that. So let's have a look, shall we? Let's open it up and see what we got. Oh, first of all, let's have a look at the box. On the sides, round the back, got all the info and doohickeys about that, and the same on a little bit of disclaimer and all that, experienced users and what have you. So let's open the box up. It's nice slidey packaging. So there we go, there's the box. Pop the lid off, and there we have the doohickey itself. Lovely. In the box we've got 2 Allen keys, which I was rather surprised that they gave you 2, which was nice of them. Pack of spare O-rings and what have you, and seals. There's some red ones. It's got black ones on it at the minute. It's got a couple of top seals in red, which is unusual. Red top seal for the tank there, and some black O-rings for the bottom, and a couple of spare little grub screws in the little baggie, and there was a pair of twisted coils in there, which I've actually got installed into the device itself. Then we've got this little doohickey here, which is like a little drip tip slash airflow restrictor for the top, and I think that's about it. So we take the little bad boy out itself, so we can get a bit of a better focus on that, so you can have a nice clearer view. There we go. There we are. It's the little doohickey itself. It's quite nice. It's quite big. I can put it next to. Oh, everyone knows about a Cleto. Everybody's probably got a Cleto. There's it next to a Cleto. So it's about the same size, a little bit bigger in height, but this is 24mm in diameter. Put that back before I drop it. So let's take it apart and have a little look. See if we can zoom in a bit. Let's have a little bit of a zoom on the go there, so we can see if we get you a little bit closer to the action. If my webcam will allow it. There we go. I do apologise about the quality. This thing is shit. Let's put the autofocus on, won't I? Come on, you git. Don't know why it doesn't zoom. There we go, zoom. Do you know what? We'll forget the zoom. It's fucking shit. Forget the zoom. Go back to normal. Right, focus. There we go. So, come on, focus. Wake up. Come on, camera. Right, so we've got the top bit there. Pull that out if I can. It's a bit dry, I'm afraid, so we'll pull the top piece off. There we go. Does need a little bit of juice because it is quite tight. Take it all to pieces. Top cap, what have you. And then we've got the deck, which is a nice big velocity deck there. I'll take it down here so you can see it a bit better. There we go. Nice big velocity deck. Really do need to get a decent camera. This one does not like lighting. So there we go. So all you do, unscrew that top piece there, that comes off, and there you go. There you got your dick, and you got your wicking, or your wick holes there where it goes down. Now one thing I will say is they don't give you a spare glass, and getting this glass off, you've got to be so careful. This is the point where I break it now, isn't it? You've got to be so careful getting the glass off because they are so tight, those O-rings. But there you go, O-ring and bottom seals. So yeah, and that's the glass, but they don't give you a spare glass. Bit of a letdown, but hey. So push that back on there, and we'll wick it up, shall we? Let's wick it up. Let's wick it up. Oh, O-rings are having a crisis down there. Should really put a bit of juice on them, but I'm gun ho like that, so fuck it. Right, so on the old 521 tab. These are the coils that came with it. I've just banged both of them in, so it's all good, all hunky-dory. Both of them are on there. Go. Just give them a little bit of a 0.34 them are reading at, but that's probably going to change when I fire it. There is my tweezers and my scissors there. Tweezers and scissors. Tweezers and scissors. Oh, they're glowing quite nicely, actually, to be fair. There we go. Very nice indeed. Let's see what they're reading at now. I've tweaked them. 0.34, bob on. So we'll get some wick, shall we? I'm going to be using some cotton candy, which I fucking love. This stuff's great. Get yourself a little bit of fun. Now, wicking it, keep it light and fluffy. Keep it light and fluffy. Whatever you're using, keep it light and fluffy. Make sure they're cool before I put the cotton in. You know, you don't need a great deal. Try and keep them near enough the same. Get it all nice and fluffy and pull it out. I'm probably going to waste loads of this, but never mind. Nice and fluffy. Give it a little bit of a roll in the old fingers. There we go. Nice and fluffy. Don't want to get too much in there because you're going to choke it if you're not careful. Give it a little bit of a roll. Why is the focus not working now? Come on, focus. Hello, focus on my hand. There we go, that's better. Get a bit of cotton going on the go in here. Light and fluffy wins the day. Now you don't want to go ramming loads of cotton in there. You just want enough just so it tucks down in the. But I have it just about a couple of, just so it's just around the glass height. That way you're not going to stop juice getting in and what have you. You don't need it dropping down to the bottom. So got the scissors. Give that a little snip there. I've been cutting it at the glass basically. So get in there, you git gun. So you've got that much on there. So it goes in nicely. So where's the other bit of cotton? There we go. There's the other bit I pulled off. Got a little bit of a fluff up. A bit of a fluff and a little bit of a roll. Fluff and roll, fluff and roll, fluff and roll. Give the old end a twizzle. So I'm going to pull it through. Like that. There we go. Give it back and forth motion just to get that cotton all fluffy inside the old coil there. Do I need to let's get these level with that one. I'm a bit OCD when it comes to these sort of things. It's got to be the same both sides. Nearest, damn it. Pull that one out a little bit more because it's a little bit more that way. There we go. Fluff your ends up. There we go. Right, juice. Got some home brew here of mine. Make sure it's the right one. It's not a. Yeah, that's the one. Give that a shoogle. Now everyone does this differently. As usual, don't just take my word for it. Look at other people's things. Yeah, I put a little bit of juice just on the underside of there. So when you put the cotton in it goes. A little bit of cotton on, bit of juice on there. Just let the cotton sit in there. Just let the cotton fluff up. Sod's law. This is the first time I've done it, and it's actually done that shit. Right, okay, that goes in there like that. There we go. It just helps it fucking stick a bit. That's all. In you go. Come on, in you go. You get. There we are. There we are. Right, so hang that one in there. It'll fluff up anyway as it fills up with juice. It'll fluff up and what have you, and you're happy in a way. So just get a bit of glue in there. There we go. A bit of blob in there. Blah blah blah. Obviously, you don't want to pack it because you're going to choke it, but you want enough so it goes in there and stays there. Do the same the other side. Get it all tucked in there nice and neatly. I say don't pack it down, keep it nice and fluffy. Nice and fluffy. Slow and steady wins the race, as they say. That's how I wick it anyway. You might find a different way of doing it. Everyone's different, everyone wants to do it a different way. That's the way I find is easiest because it doesn't make a mess of the cotton and the cotton stays fluffy, and just get your finger in there, put a bit of juice on it and it'll hold it in. But tuck your cotton in so when you put the threads on, when you put the top piece on, it doesn't drag your cotton. Put that in there, juice that bit up, and then we'll prime it. Once the top cap's on, we'll prime it and we'll fill it. Or we'll fill it and we'll prime it, depends which mood I'm in to put it, which way I put it in. There we go. Tuck the cotton in, there we go. Not the latest job in the world, but bang the cotton in, job's a good one. Right, now top cap. There's the top cap. And the top cap just goes on like so. Slide it over the top. Do you have to give it a little bit of a feel, whoever misses. Give it back and forth motion so it doesn't drag on the cotton, doesn't drag your cotton round and what have you. That's what I've noticed with it. Just keep tightening it up. Boom, job's a good one. There we go. Connell booms. There we go. All nice and fluffy. Now, if if you want, you can do what I do, just pull it back a little bit, just to keep it nice and if you just move it up and down a bit, it'll keep it nice and fluffy. And not only that, what you want to do is you want to just put a little tuck a little hole down either edge, just so that the old suction can get on the go so it can wick properly. Otherwise you'll end up with a vacuum in the tank, and you don't want that. Bit of juice on the old coils, get the old coils all nice and wet. Coils nice and wet, there we go. Now what we want to do is we want to fill it on the side here. We've got a little fill hole. Now what you don't want to get your wicks all tucked up in there, otherwise you're not going to be able to fill her up with juice. And I found the best way is to point the filler neck of your juice bowl the opposite directions and keep the other end upright. That way you're not going to get any air leakage. There we go. So we've got that like that. And that's all full. So where's the top cap? There's your top cap. A little bit of juice around there just to make sure she's all hunky-dory. Get that on there like that. Make sure I put it the right way up. Bang the old top cap on. Now I like this at about half airflow, depending. Half to full open usually. There we go. Ready to rock and roll. So we'll come back in a minute and we'll stick it on some devices and see how she rocks and rolls. So we'll see you in a second. So we're back and we've got it on the lovely Limitless tube mat. It does look nice on that with the Cobra sleeve, which I love this mod dearly. It's fucking awesome. So let's have a vape. Now that's with the airflow half open, so let's crank it right open. I've got the little restrictor in it because I don't like the wide bore on it for some reason. I don't know why, because it does get rather hot the top of it. The flavour is, and as you can see, there's plenty of cloudage. Plenty. One thing I will say as well, the 510 on the bottom of it is nice and fat and adjustable, so you've got plenty. It's fine for, you know, using on a hybrid, perfectly fine. Because some of them, listen, if you're going to use hybrid, look up on your battery safety. You shouldn't be looking at hybrid if you haven't looked up on your bloody battery safety, but make sure your 510 pin on your fucking ATI is fucking long enough. Don't want fucking pipe bomb fucking shit and stuff like that, you know? Don't want a pipe bomb on you. Believe me, you don't want a battery venting on you. It's not a pleasant experience. In fact, in the interests of safety, I shall show you. If you're using a hybrid device, make sure your pin is nice and long. What have I got that hasn't got a very good fucking pin? Look at that. You can see that pin. Let's get focus up on the go. So we can get the focus on there so you can see a bit better. Get the focus on manual. Get right fucking close. You see? See how much that's sticking out? Plenty safe enough.com. Plenty safe enough. So yeah. Plenty of room. But it's a lovely looking thing. Now, to the bad points. No spare glass. That's a big one for me, because I'm a clumsy bastard. Yeah. You will get a little build up of juice around sort of like there, where the cap comes off, and because the O-rings hold thing. But on the second, these O-rings hold like for, apart from this little thing here. This thing does have a tendency of popping out. But I believe that Sir Vince of Tips, the legend himself, is making top caps for these without the airflow, so your airflow is wide open all the time, but he's doing them with a built-in tip, which should be a lot nicer to use. But other than that, it's alright, you know. I will be getting one of those, by the way, something to match my mod, because I'm subtle. I like matching things. But yeah, let's bang that back on there. But yeah, for the money it is, between 25 and 30 quid. It's quite a nice RDTA. It is quite big though, it's quite big, but I quite like it. It's quite nice. It does the job. And if you wick it right, you won't get any dry hits. I've not had a dry hit off it. Not had one dry hit. I've had some warm hits off it, but not a dry hit. Not a dry hit. But be warned, it does drink juice. But what do you expect when you've got two dirty, great big coils and ranging it at a silly wattage? But hey ho, such is life. As usual, links will be down below. And I'll see you on the next one. I like this a lot. Fucking love it. Quick vape before I go. Lovely. See you on the next one. Ta-da.